When you're in the business of entertainment and you don't have the ability to draw an audience, you don't have the ability to capture the attention of the mainstream based on substance, based on your talent alone, we often see people and organizations rely on these gimmicks to get attention. I'll give you a few examples of people we talk about all the time here on the channel. Let's start with Megan Rapinoe. Most people don't realize that Megan Rapinoe was a professional soccer player for 10 years before she became a famous political activist. Hell, most people don't realize that Megan Rapinoe is a professional soccer player today. She's more recognized for starring in Just for Men commercials than anything she's done on the soccer field. For 3 decades, the WNBA's been a huge embarrassing failure. Before 2020, most people didn't know that the WNBA was even in existence. They captured the attention of the mainstream media by kneeling during the national anthem, constantly complaining about making minimum wage and claiming that misogyny was the reason that Americans weren't interested in pretend basketball. Over the past 3 years, the WNBA has received more mainstream media attention than they did in the first 24 years of their existence. Now, unfortunately for the dump, the gimmick didn't pay off like it did for Megan Rapinoe. The WNBA went from being an unknown huge embarrassing failure to being a famous huge embarrassing failure. But the point is, when you're in the business of entertainment and you're not generating revenue, you're not capturing the attention of the media, people and organizations often rely on gimmicks to capture mainstream attention. Now, with that being the case, let me ask you this. What the hell's the NFL doing? What in the hell is the NFL doing? This is one of the most powerful organizations in the country. The influence of this league can't be measured. The NFL is the #1 program on television, and it ain't even close. You could take the top 10 shows on cable, combine their audience, and it wouldn't touch the audience of a single NFL game. This league doesn't need a gimmick to be successful. The NFL, they don't even need star players to be successful. Tom Brady retires, who cares? Ratings go up. Peyton Manning retires, oh well. Michael Jordan retires from the NBA, the league's never recovered. Time and time again, the NFL has proven their ability to be bulletproof. Nothing can stop their momentum, which is why I find this to be so confusing. I don't understand this overpromotion. I don't understand the NFL's new obsession with Taylor Swift. And before we go any further, I have nothing against Taylor Swift. Now, I'm not a fan of her music. I don't consider myself to be a Swiffer, but Taylor Swift is incredibly talented. I got a lot of respect for her artistry. She's one of the last real performers that the music industry has left. She doesn't have to lip sync her way through performances. She doesn't need someone to write her music. Taylor Swift can do it all. But that doesn't mean when I'm watching Sunday Night Football, I want to be beaten over the head with the Swiffer. All day today, the mainstream media has been claiming that NBC should be humiliated because Rodney Harrison called Zach Wilson garbage. NBC should be humiliated because they turned a competitive NFL football game into a fucking soap opera. Let me give you a few examples of what I'm talking about. Then I'm going to explain why this could end up backfiring on the NFL. Last week, Patrick Mahomes, he tweaked his ankle during the first half against the Bears. Now, this is the same ankle that he injured during the playoffs last year. If I remember correctly, I think it's the same ankle that he tweaked during the Super Bowl, too. After the game, Erin Andrews, she interviewed Patrick Mahomes. Now, I'm not going to blame Erin Andrews here for this ridiculous question. Erin Andrews is a true professional. She's a real reporter. It would not surprise me if this line of questioning came directly from the NFL front office. You know how many times Erin Andrews asked Patrick Mahomes about his bum ankle? None. Now, if I'm a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs, that is the very first question I want answered. Instead, she asked him this polished turd. Roll the film.
Do you realize how much pressure there was on you today from the Swifties to get Travis Kelce a touchdown with Taylor in the house today?
What? Was that a clip from The View? Was I watching Entertainment Tonight? You're asking Patrick Mahomes, arguably the greatest quarterback of his generation. You're asking him about the pressure he felt to get the ball to Travis Kelce in the end zone because Taylor Swift was in attendance? Let me answer that question for you. None. He didn't feel any pressure from the Bears pass rush, and he damn sure didn't feel any pressure because Taylor Swift was sitting in the box seats singing Kumbaya with Mama Kelce. Can you imagine some NFL reporter asking Peyton Manning that question? Hey there, Peyton, were you feeling the pressure from Taylor Swift and the Swiffers? Who in the hell is that? I didn't see him on the field when I was yelling Omaha. Last night, Chiefs running back Isaiah Pacheco, he scored the first touchdown of the game. Now, it was a nice moment for this kid. Second year in the league, he's only scored 7 touchdowns throughout his career. Primetime game on Sunday night, entire country watching. Should have been a nice moment for Isaiah Pacheco. What does NBC do? Do they show the touchdown celebration? No. They immediately cut to a shot of Taylor Swift. Now, what relation does the Swiffer have with this kid? None. The only reason NBC did this was to appease the little girls watching who are only watching because Taylor Swift is in attendance. This was not the first, and it damn sure wasn't the last time that the NFL heavily featured Taylor Swift during the game. NBC showed her arriving to MetLife Stadium. Every time Travis Kelce farted, they showed her reaction. I'm too far away to smell it, honey. Save some for me later. Taylor Swift was shown almost 20 times during a 3-hour broadcast. Almost 20 times. I saw more of Taylor Swift than I did of Andy Reid. The Chiefs, they were completely dominated in the second half. Jets score a touchdown, cameras cut to Taylor Swift. Zach Wilson fumbles in the fourth quarter. I wonder how Taylor reacted. Well, I don't give a shit about Taylor Swift's reaction to a fumble. The NFL's Twitter account, it has become a shrine to the Swiffer. Their main banner logo, 3 pictures of Taylor Swift. Their bio reads, the Chiefs are 2-0 as Swifties. You know who I really feel sorry for? Jackie Mahomes. For years, this dude tried to be Taylor Swift. Foo-foo dancing on the sidelines, weird celebrations every time the Chiefs made a first down. Jackie worked his ass off for years to be the Chiefs mascot. And here comes Taylor Swift pretending to be interested in Travis Kelce, and she completely takes Jackie's position. So, why is the NFL doing this? Because they don't need Taylor Swift. Why are they doing this? Why are they shoving Taylor Swift in our face? I mean, they didn't do this when Tony Romo was dating Jessica Simpson. They didn't exploit the marriage between Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen. So why is the NFL biting into this shit sandwich? For one, I think they are trying to feminize football, at least the audience. I think the NFL is trying to appease the mainstream media. It is no secret that the media hates the NFL. They have been trying to destroy the popularity of this league for over 10 years now. When the media thinks of the NFL and its fan base, they think of toxic masculinity. By exploiting Taylor Swift, the league is trying to reach the female demographic, and it's working. For now. The media is giving Taylor Swift credit for boosting NFL ratings, but the Chiefs were going to pull 20 million viewers last night, 18, 19, 20 million. They were going to do that last night whether the Swiffer was there or not. But what Taylor Swift has done, she has drastically increased the NFL's ratings with young female viewers. For now. This strategy seems to be short-sighted. Truth is, most women don't give a shit about football. This is a male-dominated audience. My girlfriend, she'll watch the NFL with me and she'll even get into it sometimes. But if I'm not home, you know what she's watching? Dancing with the Unknown Stars, Real Housewives of Guatemala. I mean, she's fascinated by those Guatemalan housewives and how they decorate those huts. Now, if I'm not home, my girlfriend ain't watching the NFL. The curiosity factor, it's working with women for now. Females are tuning in to see Taylor Swift. They want to watch this magical love story between the jock and the pop star. But here's the thing about curiosity. it can only carry you so far. Eventually, the shock factor wears off. The NFL's trying to appease an audience that is never going to accept them. And by doing so, they're turning their back on the male audience that pays the bills. I was actually going to talk about this last week, but I decided to hold off. I wanted to give it another week to see if the NFL was going to keep over exploiting this relationship. Seeing it one time last week, I didn't think it was all that big of a deal. Seeing it happen 2 weeks in a row, now it's becoming a trend. I think this could end up backfiring on the NFL. Dudes are already getting tired of it. Dudes watch football to watch football. We're not watching the NFL to catch up on the latest gossip and some fake romance. I think people are going to end up turning on Travis Kelce and the Chiefs, and not in a good way. They could start developing go-away heat, where people don't want to watch them lose, they just want to watch them go away. But if that happens, that's okay, right? Because the NFL will have all those extra females tuning in, right? What happens if Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift break up? What happens if he cheats on her? What happens when this relationship is no longer capturing the same level of attention and publicity? Those women tuning in out of curiosity vanish. I would be willing to bet that Andy Reid and a lot of the players in that Chiefs locker room do not like this. Taylor Swift, she is an NFL head coach's worst nightmare because Taylor Swift is a distraction. The one thing NFL head coaches do not tolerate: distractions. That broadcast last night, it was absolutely embarrassing. Let me tell you how bad this was. This was so bad, even the Yentas on The View were complaining about it. They were talking about the game last night. The entire conversation was focused on Taylor Swift. Whoopi Goldberg kept asking, "What about the football game? Why are we talking about Taylor Swift and not about the game?" Exactly my point. And it's the same question millions of other dudes are asking right now. But give me your thoughts. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. Good, bad for the NFL. Short term, it's obviously good. Long term, I think this could backfire. If the league keeps shoving this in our face, I think it's going to backfire. It feels like they're trying to turn the NFL into an episode of The Young and the Restless. Dudes don't watch football to watch some budding romance unfold. Dudes watch football to see other dudes kick each other's ass. But what do you think? Sound off in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. I appreciate all you guys and your continued support. Follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84, and I will see you guys tomorrow.